So S&P cash held that initial decline. We're going to pull out the 127 extension and just focus on that 1414. Okay, so again, what we're looking for is points of confluence. So right now, our November lows held right here, and we had 1414. We also had a 127 of an intraday move at that price point. Okay, so those of you that bought the SP calls, again, outside return right back into around 800 for the initial target. There's my last swing to here. And again, we always want to note after we've seen a big leg, the 382. So you see that produces a 793. So again, initial targets right there. All right, now we still have our high-to-high trend line intact. So we're going to go back out to a higher time frame. Okay, and this is where we started on the left-hand side. We'll get this out of the way. We did a lot of work over here with one-to-one measured moves. In fact, we did it on a weekly, so I'll pull it back down to a weekly. And again, DST clients, all we want to do at this point is we're identifying structure relevance, and we want to see what relevance the ratios have had in previous price moves. Okay, so we took swing lows, we looked at 3 drives to a top, and you can see here as the market rallied, the first test into the 15-16s, we saw the one-to-one symmetry, we saw 1414, 127 confluence. Okay, this stopped us in 98 from approximately 1200 for the pullbacks into around 1000. Okay, then we measured the leg of that move and we see that the 127 contained the next advance. And we also noted that we saw beautiful one-to-one symmetry on the drive into the eventual highs. So look left right here and you'll see the impulse move to that initial spike high. Let's get rid of the balance of the fibs right here. Okay. Then from that swing high, the market immediately pulled back. We put in a swing low at 21s prior to the next drive, and right there's one-to-one symmetry. So what we did was we looked at the 747, the last swing low here, and we're going to drive that all the way to the right. So that's what this references. Let's go ahead and change color. Okay, so this will be kind of like a line in the sand here for pretty significant technical support. You'll also note that we tested here 02, again 02, continue farther to the right, and now you'll see here all this additional analysis. Okay, so now let's expand the chart. We know where that price action is coming from, and again you see the 747's holding. So let's pull it back down to the daily. Okay, so if we get an outside return lower high, and this 382 holds right around S&P 800 on cash, then we roll back down. Now we're going to expect again a move. You see the immediate test will be 720s prior to significant move lower. All right, now, so the question is, where might we go? So let's get rid of this. I'll go ahead and remove this and this for now. If we take out the structure support, then let's look at 2 legs of the move. There's our swing to swing most recently. You'll note the 127 price extension, 708, and then 662. And then again, we want to look at an if-then scenario with one-to-one symmetry. I want to measure this leg right here. If the outside return lower high at 800 area holds, then we'd expect one-to-one measured move. So you'll see right here, let's drop in the horizontal just so you can reference. There's an outside return to that 800 area, S&P. So when the 382 holds, it's a sign of strength. And again, not strength as in bullish in the market, just strength of the directional move. Market only does 3 things. It goes up, it goes down, and it goes sideways. And when it goes down, there's strength behind the directional movement here. Outside return lower high here. Look left, support. Becomes resistance, confluence area with the 382. If we get this retest and a drive through, we're headed to 665s. Okay, so more market symmetry. And again, we can look left right here and see the exact same thing. I'm going to take this, just going to drive it left. You'll see from that swing high, we drove down to this low, followed by the outside return lower high. Where did that lower high exist? See, we had one daily close above, but the majority of price action held the 382s. Okay, so again, let's take this guy right here, just drop it down. Exact same thing we did here, and that's what projected the retest of the 747s for the buy. Now again, obviously there's an aggressive counter trend buy, which is what this one was. Now DST traders, in the live room, if we get this outside return back into the 800s, and again, obviously we'll watch it in the S&P futures as well, but an outside return here with any qualified intraday signal, great opportunity to buy S&P puts, or again, just get short the futures contract for a retest of 750s, 50-point winner, and then this move right here. And again, if we get below this on a daily close, we're going to see a ton of volume come in and a probable quick move into the 710s, probably 1 to 1.5 days. Okay, so ton of symmetry. And again, if you're long from that buy signal right there on the S&Ps, around the 750 zone, the highest high so far has been 780 for a 30-point move. And again, if you bought the call options right there, you got a nice little pop after 2 or 3 days. And if you're just long the contract, then you have about a 1-to-1 risk profile. You see cash right here at about $25 a day. Let's go ahead and just pull the ES #F in here. Okay, so there was the 747 test right there, and you see this guy trading around $28 a day. So again, you want at least 50% or 60% of that daily ATR as the initial stop. Most of you went with at least 1-to-1. But again, you know, from the long entries there, a retest of the 800s, even if you risk 30, that pays 50, risking 1 to make 1.5. Okay, so beautiful symmetry, nice directional movement in the S&P. And again, for those of you that are pattern analysts, take a look right here, just clear as a bell. Now this we broke through, and then again we saw the acceleration. Now let's go over here and take a look at volume. You see we printed right here 3.1 million, and then when we made the new lows, low volume on the blow through at 2 million contracts, lower lows here at 3 million, and then this guy right here 3.1.